Hey there, today I'm going to take a look at the General's Handbook 2024 versus the General's Handbook 2025. This just came out, I think in June. I'm not certain, don't quote me on that. And by the way, I am aware there's a little reflective glare on this. That is not a giant problem. And so this General's Handbook 2024, I got this just as I was getting into Age of Sigmar 4th edition, and actually a friend of mine, Mike Ralston, he gifted this to me, and I was very grateful. And so it cost me $0. I think it retails for $50 or $55, maybe $45. You, of course, anywhere you go, you get a little bit of a discount, not too much, but there it is. And I loved this. First off, it has this little band there that holds it together. And it has these spiral bound things, which at first I thought was like cheaper, but it's not. It's not. It's actually higher quality because of that. And has a practical aspect because when you're playing the game, this will actually lay open naturally, and you can fold it back around if you just want that page. So it has great game board utility. Plus it has these tabs on them, and it gave you all the things that you really needed to play the game for that current season. And of course, why are there seasons at all? Why don't they just make their game, make it right the first time, and let you play with it for 4 to 10 years? And I don't have an explanation from that. Oh yes, it's money. But anyway, however, I don't mind that things cost money as long as you're getting a value for them. And so this has the different missions, which are called battle plans. And I actually got to play most of these and had a really good time. I played probably 15 to 20 games of Age of Sigmar during this season. And I think that's quite a bit. I think if you play 50 games a year of any given game, that's really a lot. That's a lot of dedication. And hardcore players that are professionals and go to the grand tournaments and fly around the country, which, you really have to have resources for that. Those people are really playing a lot of games. Games and games and games and games and games. So I'm going to put this away and say that this was awesome. Now this is the new one that my son and I just got. We bought it brand new. And we play Age of Sigmar, we're back in, there's a league coming up, an escalation league, so we've got to get the General's Handbook because that's what the league is using. So we got this. The first big difference is it's a box, right? So what do you get in your box? And it's $60, so it's a little bit more, maybe $10 more. So let's go ahead and just slide all this stuff out. You've probably seen this on other channels, and that's kind of my jam up for making videos is, well, why do it when everyone's doing it like a zillion times better? But guess what? No one's doing it like me. So you get these cards, which we'll see in a second. You get these smaller cards. I think these are spearhead cards. And you get these objective markers. Now, I would absolutely love these objective markers, but there's a couple of things about them where I would steer away from these actually. So let's take a look at the General's Handbook. So obviously it's a little weedier than the other one. It comes perfect bound, which is the less expensive way. So it's quite frankly not as good. The quality's gone down. And we've only gone in a little bit on this, but one big difference this season is that the objectives actually have specific rune markers on them. So it's not 6 objectives that actually they're all the same. There's 2 of these, 1 and 1. And I suspect the reason that they've done this is to get rid of competition from secondhand suppliers of these objective markers. Because what's happening with Warhammer type games is there's a secondary market for all the stuff that you need to actually play the game. And people are making money off it, and so how can they make money? Well, they could by making a better product and just making it easier somehow for the consumer, but they haven't. They just made a rules thing where you need these special marks on there. So I would find my way around that somehow. And of course there's a cost if you just want to go it on your own. Like you could print these or copy them and cut them out and put them on your existing objective markers, or do whatever, make things that are separate and put them on top of the neoprene ones that you already have. I love the neoprene markers. And frankly, I did really like these. So they're a little flimsier. They're paper. They have a felt backing, which is nice. It keeps them from sliding around. And I did actually like these. And I'm not sure why. I think it's because they were thinner. And so the models just sort of moved easier over them. And when I was rolling my dice, I found myself wanting to roll the dice on top of these things for them to have like a clear area. So like in the neoprene ones, they do tend to get a little frayed around the edge. These may also, I'm not sure, but it makes for cocked dice. So no cocked dice makes these actually a little bit better. And so you get your battle tactics cards, which I do love. Unfortunately, to get these, because you need a set. So like my son and I, we each need a set of these cards to play the game. And I do not want to buy 2 instances of this General's Handbook. However, they do come inside of the thing. So they show them to you in here. So really, you do, in a way, get 2 sets. But frankly, these are better. I guess if I had a wish, it would be that the General's Handbook for this season came in this format still. And you could just get these for like $5 or $10 and get the ones that you need. And if you lose them, you don't have to buy a $60 thing. So I don't know, product codes and all that. This is Spearhead. I recommend against Spearhead. Oh no, I'm sorry, this isn't Spearhead. But I do want to talk about Spearhead for just a second. I'd recommend against Spearhead, just take the dive, learn the more complicated version, and learn how to play the actual game. Just ignore everything to do with Spearhead, would be my advice. These are the endless spells, which, by the way, I love. I think they make the game better. They make it more interesting. It's a great opportunity to paint new things for your army. And these, however, are... garbage seems like a strong word, but basically the problem with these is it doesn't give you all or does it now? Oh my. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It gives you their abilities, but it doesn't tell you like how you actually cast them. So what they've done is they've put the information in 2 different locations. And, for a thing with a burden of consciousness so huge as Warhammer, it's just not. I wish they would put it all on there. So, for example, for the last edition for Endless Spells, they had cards for them, and I just physically wrote on the cards what the different things are, like how far away can you cast it, for example. And are the Endless Spells even in here? Nope, they're not. It's just basically, in this General's Handbook, what do you get? A little explanation of the game, of what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of backstory. Then the actual rules you need for it are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. And then they just give you a copy of the what are they called? Battle tactics, right? Which you need to play the game. And then, this thing, and then the rest is just a repeat. It's a repeat of the rules you got in the core rules, and you can get online, and you don't need over half of this book. It's just more repeat. And so I got to tell you, Dear Games Workshop, please make a better product than this. Make a freaking awesome product like this. This is great, and I loved this. And you don't even need this. You can just buy the core book and just have those missions and do your own thing. But I don't know. Wait a minute. That's no thing to say for someone who's doing a review. I do know. Overall, this is not great. I would recommend not buying this and just going and finding the individual components, because literally all you're getting, this is nothing new. You don't need this. Buy. These are super convenient, but frankly, I would find a way just to have these and just go make some photocopies, cut them out on cardstock, laminate them or whatever, and just get it done for $10. And then all of this, you don't, I think this is actually online, I'm not sure, but just make photocopies of that, and or just learn it, like someone else has this book and you just kind of read it and understand, oh, this is how it works. And you just don't need this. And so this is all, I'm hoping to see this for the 26 season, because this was an awesome product. It was great, and I used it. I had it in every single time I got my Army out. This went with it, and it was super useful, and I loved it in every single way. And there you go. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye.